We are counting down the 10 biggest threats to your privacy hiding in today's smart televisions. From budget brands with sneaky consent screens to market leaders with powerful ad engines and hidden data collection tricks, some of these companies are collecting more about you than you realize, often without you ever clicking a button. So which television brands are quietly tracking your every move, and which one poses the greatest risk in 2025? Let us find out, starting with number 10. Smart TV sets in 2025 operate more like networked computers than the simple screens they once were. Each major brand runs its own operating system: Tizen, WebOS, Google TV, Roku, and Vizio, constantly connected to the internet and logging not just what you watch, but how you interact with every menu, every app, and even connected devices on your Wi-Fi. These devices maintain ongoing network sessions, sync with household gadgets, and feed built-in ad engines with a steady stream of data. Most tracking starts the moment you power up and accept the default setup. System-level telemetry runs in the background, beyond what any single app can control. This baseline surveillance is the foundation for all the brand-specific risks that follow. Hisense has carved out a strong presence in the budget TV market, but that low sticker price often comes with strings attached. On many Hisense models, especially those running VDA, the initial setup funnels buyers through broad privacy agreements that are easy to accept and hard to fully understand. With a single tap, most users grant permission for extensive data collection, covering what they watch, which apps they use, and even device details tied to their home network. Declining these terms can mean losing access to key streaming features or recommendations. Menus for limiting tracking are buried deep and use confusing language. Documentation is sparse, and the consent process varies by country, but the pattern is clear. The simplest path is to accept everything, making it easy for data sharing to slip by unnoticed. TCL's lineup in 2025 splits sharply between Roku T5 and Google TV, even on nearly identical hardware. The difference goes far beyond the remote or the home screen. Each platform brings its own privacy rules and data collectors. On a TCL Roku TV, ad personalization and viewing data tracking are enabled by default, but these options can be switched off in the privacy settings. Opting out takes a few steps, and Roku centralizes those controls without requiring a Google account. By contrast, TCL's Google TV models require acceptance of Google's terms and a Google account to access full features. Google's telemetry is broader, linking TV usage with other devices and services, and the path to limit data sharing is longer and more complex. For buyers, the choice of platform decides not just the look and feel, but who gets to watch what you watch. Sony smart TV sets rely on Google TV, and that means signing in with a Google account is more than just a convenience. It is a gateway to a much wider data network. Once linked, your TV viewing joins the same data profile as your YouTube history, your Google searches, and even your Android app activity. Skipping the Google sign-in is possible, but the prompts warn that you will lose access to the Play Store and many smart features. Google's privacy policy makes it clear that device usage, app activity, and recommendations all feed into your account profile, shaping ads and suggestions across devices. The trade-off is simple: full features come at the cost of letting Google connect your living room habits to the rest of your digital life and to broader data-driven advertising and personalization. Vizio stands out as the only major TV brand with a proven record of selling viewers' watching habits without clear consent. In 2017, the FTC and the New Jersey Attorney General fined Vizio $2.2 million for quietly collecting second-by-second viewing data from over 11 million televisions. This information, harvested through Vizio's Inscape system, included what was watched, when, and for how long across live TV, streaming apps, and even devices plugged in through HDMI. The data was then packaged and sold to advertisers and data brokers for targeted marketing, while most users had no idea it was happening. Even after the settlement, Vizio's viewing data feature remains switched on by default in 2025, with the opt-out buried deep in the privacy settings. The company's audience measurement business is still active, making Vizio a textbook example of how TV tracking can become a core revenue stream, not just a background feature. LG's WebOS makes privacy choices anything but simple. During the initial setup Live Plus, LG's content recognition engine is switched on by default, quietly starting to log what is playing across live TV, streaming apps, and even HDMI inputs. The path to switch off this tracking is not obvious because controls for Live Plus and ad personalization are buried several layers deep in the settings, often under vague menu labels like user agreements or general. Declining these terms can trigger warnings about losing access to recommendations or certain smart features, a move that pressures users to accept broad data collection just to keep their television working as advertised. Firmware updates sometimes prompt for consent again, forcing another round through confusing toggles. For most LG owners, the quickest route is to accept everything, leaving detailed tracking enabled by design. This pattern of menu friction and subtle coercion turns the user interface itself into a powerful tool for keeping surveillance switched on. Samsung's global reach puts its ad business at the center of the smart TV ecosystem. With every new Tizen TV, Samsung Ads is woven directly into the Smart Hub launcher, pushing sponsored tiles and banners that change based on what has been watched, which apps are opened, and even what is plugged into HDMI. This is not just about tracking inside Samsung's own apps. Viewing data flows from live TV, streaming services, and external devices all feed into a unified advertising profile. The system updates in real time, syncing across inputs and household devices to refine ad targeting. Opt-out options exist, but they are layered deep within the privacy choices menu, often under vague labels like viewing information services or interest-based ads. For most owners, these settings stay at their defaults, and the data keeps moving. The scale is hard to overstate. Samsung's ad network reaches millions of screens worldwide, turning TV viewing into a seamless pipeline for commercial analytics and targeted marketing. Automatic content recognition, ACR, is the engine behind most smart TV tracking in 2025. Instead of sending full video or full audio off the device, TVS take tiny samples, either a handful of pixels from the screen or a short audio snippet every few seconds. These samples are converted into compact fingerprints, like digital signatures, and sent to the manufacturer's servers. There, powerful algorithms match them against enormous databases of shows, movies, and ads. This process works across all sources: live TV, built-in apps, and even devices plugged into HDMI, like consoles or streaming sticks. Researchers at UC3M and UCL found that Samsung TVS transmit these fingerprints about once a minute, while LG TVS do it every 15 seconds. The actual data packets are small, often just a few hundred bytes, and encrypted, but they move regularly and silently in the background. A CR does not need to see the whole screen or hear the whole soundtrack, just enough to make a match, building a precise log of what is being watched at any moment. Smart TVS in 2025 collect a wide range of data, far beyond basic viewing habits. This is a privacy concern for every viewer. Viewing history is recorded in detail, including what you watch, when you watch it, and how long you watch it. That history is tracked across live TV, streaming apps, and devices connected by HDMI. App usage is logged. Every app you open, how long you use it, and your navigation through menus are stored as usage data. Search queries and anything you type into on screen fields are recorded, building a profile of interests and intent. Search queries drive personalization and recommendations. Automatic content recognition, also called ACR, contributes visual and audio fingerprints. Tiny samples of what is on screen are matched to large content databases to identify exactly what is playing. Content recognition makes tracking possible even when you use an external device. Voice commands are captured when microphones are active. Those recordings can be stored, analyzed, or used to improve products. Voice data is especially sensitive. Device and network identifiers are routinely transmitted. That includes your TV model, operating system version, advertising ID, IP address, and WIFI network details. These identifiers often reveal a rough location. Device identifiers link viewing to a household or an account. AD interaction metrics track which on-screen ads appear, whether you engage with them, and whether they lead to app installs or purchases. Ad data is used to measure and monetize attention. Each of these categories appears in privacy policies across major brands, so use this checklist to audit your TV settings and limit unnecessary data sharing. Start with your TV's privacy settings. Do not wait. The fastest way to cut off most tracking is to disable automatic content recognition. On Samsung, look for Viewing Information Services or Sync Plus under Privacy Choices. On LG, look for Live Plus in the General or User Agreements menu. Vizio labels it Viewing Data. On Roku-based TCL or Hisense TVs, find Smart TV Experience or Personalize Ads in the Privacy menu. Flip these toggles off. Next, limit ad targeting. Samsung and LG have separate options for interest-based ads or personalized advertising. For Google TV on Sony, TCL, or Hisense, turn off ad personalization in both the TV's settings and your Google account. Mute voice tracking by disabling microphone permissions and any voice assistants, especially on remotes with built-in microphones. For the strongest defense, disconnect your TV from Wi-Fi or Ethernet, or use an external streaming box that you have configured with strict privacy controls. If you are comfortable with advanced steps, block known tracking domains at your router. These 3 moves, disable automatic content recognition, limit ad personalization, and control network access, shut down the main data pipelines in minutes, no matter which brand sits in your living room. Across all 6 brands, one pattern stands out. Surveillance is now the smart TV default, not the exception. Our living rooms feed a relentless data machine unless we push back. The real cost of convenience is privacy itself. In 2025, vigilance is your only remote control.